Hey, Norman Chad from ESPN and the World Series of Poker, welcoming you to the annual League of Ordinaree Degenerates. What a group. You've all been together for more than a decade. It is a unique group. It's not a very talented group. 3 sets of brothers. Half of the league are siblings. Now, when you have siblings, you usually have that dynamic of, like you got Michael Corleone, you got Fredo Corleone. However, this entire group, all the brothers are Fredos. Very, very sad. Okay, so I vetted the group, did some research, got the research right down. Let's run down this 12-man group one by one. We'll start with Nate, commissioner, known for making shady trades and various shenanigans. Joe thinks he's the best poker player ever. He's not even the best poker player on his block unless he lives on a cul-de-sac. Alex, he is Joe's brother. The idiot doesn't fall far from the tree in this family. Ryan, an outdoorsy alcoholic. Boy, he is a speed dating catch. Enjoys hunting, camping, and blackout drinking. Ben, he got laid off, so he started his own woodworking business. Who wouldn't? Then there's Matt, Ben's brother. He's very tall. Became a fan of TikToks accidentally. He thought they were Tic Tacs. Steve, butt of many, many jokes. Thinks he's funny. Guess what? He's not. Bobby, flat earther. Case closed. Josh, another Hall of Fame fantasy loser. Sean, he really likes whiskey, and whiskey really likes him. Adam, Seahawks fan, pot stir, known for putting in very little effort and doing very well. And finally, Justin, Adam's brother. Boy, what a hatful of losers this family produced. All right, folks, shuffle up and deal, or whatever you do.
All right, you degenerates, welcome back to the Degenerate Breakdown, week 13. Holy moly. Dude, literally like what, 2 more games this week, next week?
2 before playoffs. Yep.
And then playoffs.
Dude, it's coming down to the end.
Yeah, man. Brother, I am so excited. This has been so much fun. I'm so glad you talked me into doing this. You didn't have to twist my arm that hard.
Not too much.
But it was, this year has been so much fun. It's been just a blast, and I'm glad, and I look forward to playoffs. I look forward to off-season podcasts that we're gonna do. I look forward to draft podcasts we're gonna do. I mean, dude,
live from the draft.
Can you imagine? That would be incredible. I'm gonna be live at the Super Bowl this year, so I'll be there.
Awesome. Awesome.
So maybe I can do like some videos for the pod from there. That would be fun.
That'd be cool.
Anyways, this has been awesome, and I'm thank you guys all for listening all
and
year
participating.
Long. And
the stuff they send in. Think back to Ryan getting chickens thrown at him, and dude, he's out in parking lots talking. Everything. They make it great for me. That's so much fun.
Oh yeah, dude. And I'm hounding them all week, every week. And these guys are getting texts from me like, "Hey, I need content. Send me content."
Steve bought 8 million. Come on, this is hilarious,
dude. It's been
Alex,
great.
Keep them coming.
All. Yeah. Please, dude. Alex. Yes, definitely. All right, guys. Let's get right to it. Our last week's breakdown.
All right, guys. So we're going to start with the first game we want to talk about is Ben took down Josh 139 to 102. Yeah, moving Ben to 6-6 while Josh slips to 5-7. Do you have any big performers on your week?
Actually, yeah. I had a pretty good week. Nobody went crazy for me, but Herbert got me 33, which is right where I expect him to be normally. I got 14 from my defender. Adams only got me 14. Most of my team was just kind of steady. Stevenson got me 19. Jones got me 18. Deontay Johnson could have had a better game if Pickens could have got his head out of his ass. Or Pickett.
How about your super special best tight end of the year? How do you do this year? You're big on him. He's your favorite. How do you do?
Listen. Well, he was playing the Niners, baby. He got shut down. He got shut down. 0. Goose egg.
He did.
He got a
0.
goose egg.
You didn't even need him though. But what's funny is your opponent also got 0 out of his tight end. So it's like you guys didn't even play tight ends.
No tight ends. We actually emailed each other ahead of time. We were like, just no tight ends this week. I mean, it was a good win. And Josh, like he just didn't get performances out of his tight end.
He didn't even have it on his bench.
Lassard, was nobody. Gibson got him 10. Peoples Jones, that trade we just talked about with Sean. Oh, we didn't talk about that yet.
Oh, brother. You're pulling back the curtain. They're seeing all the magic now.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say though, I don't understand why he left one guy on his bench, Rashad White. I just don't know why he did that. I mean, that guy clearly was a starter.
That's
it
interesting.
It wouldn't have helped anyways, but I really don't know why he did that. Anyways, maybe we can talk to him later about that.
Yeah, we'll ask him later. All right, let's move it on to our next game. That was Sean who defeated Nate 174-172, which was a close game. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, losing by 2 points, even if losing by 1's even worse. We'll talk about that later. Sean moves to 6-6. Nate continuing his 5-game slide to 6-6 as well.
Five losses in a row.
That's tough.
I know the feeling this year, buddy.
I know. That's tough.
You mean Ryan, Nate. You mean Ryan. Fuck.
Yeah, that was a why did I go to Dynasty? Duh.
Yeah, so I really was going to fight for Sean to give him the 12-point touchdown if he needed it. I mean, it showed up in the scoring. He should have got it, but thank God he didn't need it.
Yeah, there was that controversy. I saw that during the
controversy.
Well, I'm not really controversy.
He didn't get his points at first, and then Nate, I think the way I read it anyways, looked like Nate had 2 boxes checked that basically were the same scoring category. That almost never ever happens, and so he got scored. He was able to get 2 touchdowns on 1 recovery. But
dude,
it fixed itself.
Nate, I mean Josh Allen, boom, back 32 points for you. Derrick Henry, but overall, I mean, you both scored high. So, they both scored 170 in the 170s. So, I mean, that's, what are you going to do? I mean, Sean's team just had a couple extra guys perform a little bit better. And what are you going to do?
We're going to move on to game 3 is what we're going to do. All right. So Justin took out the cum cork 129-104, taking Justin to 6-6. Ryan continues a 6-game slide to 5-7. 6-game slide.
Damn.
Ooh,
that's rough. That's rough.
I think that's right. He blocked out his whole page today, so I had to guess, but I'm pretty sure it's 6 games. It's like he dropped his whole team. I couldn't see anything. It was weird.
I mean, Cousins got at 26. Robinson, who I didn't play in Dynasty, Ryan played and got 20.
I would every other week with those 2 guys.
But
then again, a couple of weeks ago, I said I'm not going to break down those running backs anymore because I keep getting it wrong. So
yeah. Barkley for Justin, 33 from Hertz, 14 from Barkley. Those are his big scores. Oh, and his linebacker got him 16. To help him take over that win. So that was a good win for Justin. I mean, he needed it, and keeps him right there at 6-6 with the rest of us all locked at that right in that middle spot. All right, let's move it on to the next game. Matt slayed the beast for the second time this season. I feel like I'm going to add some music right there.
Adam has 3 losses, 2 of them to me.
That's huge, brother. That's huge. Game was 146-129, taking you to that 6-6 that we just talked about. And Adam just moves to 9-3. Jesus, they're 9-3.
We call 6-6 third place in this league.
You had a good game. I mean, Heineke came in and got you 14. I was impressed by that because I was like, ooh, he's stuck playing Heineke this week. But not bad. 14, 27 from Amon St. Brown, Amon Ra.
Stud.
The man, dude. CeeDee Lamb got you 17. And then your Hollins. Who's this?
Mac Hollins. He's the number Hollins 2 on the Raiders.
Oh, number 2.
Everybody else is hurt.
Yeah, you're right.
Renfro's out and Waller's out. The only other option they got is the Island, as they call him. You know who that is?
Is that Adams?
No, Island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh,
so it's tight end.
That's Island. Funny. That's funny. I haven't heard that. Yeah, I mean, you get good games. Adam had 23 from Jackson. What happened to Kamara? Did he just
played the Niners?
There it is. He played
and
the
he
Niners.
Fumbled on the goal line.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's missing points at Kirk. Like I said, Kamara, his linebacker, Shaq Green Thompson only got him 6. It was a good win by you, man. It was a good win. You took him down.
Yeah, if I end up making the playoffs, which I'm in there now, but if I get there, it's gonna be because of the 49ers defense. Because I go against Adam. He has Kamara and Olave, 2 of his best players. Against the Niners, they get shut down. This week, I'm going against Alex. His players, Waddle and Hill, playing the Niners. So I'm only going to make it if the actual 49ers carry me there on their defense. I love cheering for my team both ways.
Yeah, dude, that's so nice. Yeah. All right, moving along.
All right, Bobby also took out one of the top dogs this season,
160
to 143, moving Bob to 5-7, while Alex drops to 8-4. Great win, Bobby. Great win.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Bobby, you killed it. 27 from Murray, which I loved because every time he scored in the main league, he was scoring for me in the Dynasty League against Bobby. So I was like, come on, Bobby, keep scoring. But he's got Sanders at 30. Like all of a sudden, Miles Sanders had a huge game.
He's had a good season. I think he's averaging 16 points a game this year.
No, he is. I definitely recognize that. He's definitely been playing well. Yeah. He got 23 from Metcalf. The rest of his team was just kind of average. They got a few under 10, a few over, but he got 20 from his linebacker, which also helped push him over the win. Which, anytime you get double digits at that caliber from a defensive player, that's the best. Yeah. I haven't had that luck this year. I got it this week. I got 14 from Snead, but it's been a lot. It's been rough for me this year. Defense. Yeah. All right. It's a good win for Bobby. Alex, you're still in it, so it doesn't matter. You're still in the playoffs. Let's move it along to the last game. This was Steve who lost to Joe. 125 to 120, taking Steve to 4-7-1, while Joe moves to 5-6-1. And the whole thing I thought was so funny about this game, brother, was your comment on the thread saying, "I hope they end in a tie," because that would just be the best.
You know what? I'll tell you that if Steve, he sat Hayden Hurst for Pat Freiermuth.
Yeah.
If he would have played Hayden Hurst, which isn't honestly, you could play him over Pat Freiermuth.
Yeah.
Scored him 5 more points, they would have tied. Oh. It could have happened. It could have been true.
Dude, that would have been so funny, man.
Right there.
Aaron Rodgers left the game with an injury, so that really hurt Steve this week. Yeah. Hopefully he has Jordan Love, which he doesn't look like he does. So I don't know what he's going to do moving forward. I guess he's going to be stuck with playing Stafford. Has he come out of injury protocol yet?
No, with Kupp being out the rest of the year and Allen Robinson being gone the rest of the year, there's no reason they're going to bring him back.
I guess maybe he's got Tannehill. He could play Tannehill next week, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that was probably the deciding factor. If he would have had Rodgers in the game, he probably could have easily beat Joe. But having him come out when he did, there you go. That was it. I mean, what are you going to do?
There you go.
All right, man. Well, that was it for last week's breakdown. All right. All right, guys, here we are with our divisional breakdown. And we're going to start off like we always do with Saddle Creek. And my brother loves to point out we still don't have anyone with a winning record there. I'm sitting at the top with a 6-6 record. Joe's right below me at 5-6-1. And then Josh and Steve are they 5-7 for Josh and Steve at 4-7-1. So yeah, it's nobody has a winning record. I'm still sitting there at the top though. And I just told you a second ago, I love seeing myself at the top of the division again. With 2 games to go in the division, who I think I have a good chance of sweeping. I'm just going to put it out there.
Ooh,
yeah, nice, I think I have a good chance. I could end up with an 8-6 record. And that's definitely a playoff record. You know what I mean? That's definitely a playoff spot in my future. I'm thinking.
If you went out, nobody can catch you in your division. So
that's right. Yeah. That's right. All right, let's move along to the left coast. It tightened up a little bit there. As Matt and Bobby took out the only 2 guys with winning records.
Yeah, go Bobby.
Let's see. Adams at 9-3. Alex is at 8-4. You're at 6-6, and Bobby's down there at 5-7. There's a little wiggle room still there,
which now puts me 2 games out of second place in the entire league.
Can you catch Adam though? You can't.
I already played Adam twice and I beat him twice. I can't catch him. There's only 2 games left.
Yeah, you can't.
But I have all the tiebreakers over him, but I can't get there, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
but
I
can get to Alex. I can get to Alex.
You can get to Alex,
and this week.
But Alex could also win out and take the division if he wins out.
Yep.
I mean, so it's close there still. All right, moving on to Arizona Bay. Also doesn't have a winning record, and Nate and Sean and Justin are all tied there at 6-6, and Ryan sits there at 5-7. So that's another division that's a couple of wins by somebody, and they basically get that division. And they get it
wide open.
Yeah,
any one of them can make it. I mean, Ryan can technically, mathematically, still win the division.
Isn't that crazy? At 5-7 right now?
I think that honestly, nobody right now is out of it. Even the 4-win teams are only 2 games behind third place because all the 6-win teams
are in
2
third
games
place.
behind.
Yeah.
So if all 6-win teams lose, and the 4th place team, the guy with the 4 wins right now, wins 2 more, he's all of a sudden tied with everybody at 6-6 with 6 wins, and he has a tie. Steve and Joe, they could technically both make a playoff still and knock us out.
Wow.
Everybody's still in it. It's crazy.
That was a lot of numbers. Hopefully Nathan's double checking all those. But I think you might be right. Well, you guys, there you go. Those are our divisional breakdown for the week. And we're going to just roll this in to our next segment, which is we're going to do a quick playoff breakdown. Just like we did last week, we're going to bring our man Nathan in to break it down for us. Nathan, welcome in.
Hey, guys.
Dude, I got to apologize. I just stepped all over your segment. I just got excited. I started talking. As soon as I stopped, I go, I just did a segment. Fuck me. Sorry, man.
I jotted down a few notes about the playoffs, and then as you were talking, I'm like, strike that and strike that.
I'm so sorry.
You even said ahead of time, don't talk about the playoffs. And Matt just went straight into it. And I was just
so excited.
I was like, what are we going to do now? We're already there.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Hey, you guys, there's been a lot of talk about this year. There's only 2 teams with winning records. And of course, that's strange and unusual. We've never seen that before this late in the season. I think it's actually far more notable at this point, though, that like Matt just said, we have 0 teams eliminated. Again, I don't think we've ever had a season where going into week 13, everybody still has a chance. And it really just speaks to the parity of this league. It speaks to the fact that, there's a high quality of competition in this league. And it's great. I love the fact that we all have a chance this late in the season. So
you mean Ryan didn't break the league with his trade?
He did not. He didn't break his team or the league, amazingly enough. But it's okay. I mean, we can keep making that same joke over and over. A couple of weeks ago, I talked to you guys about, in fact, this season has been, the parity's been here for weeks, because I think it was maybe 6 or 7 weeks ago, I first talked to you guys about how many teams were clustered right there at the wild card spot.
Yeah.
And I said, when it gets down to the end, a lot of it, the tiebreaker is going to come down to head, right? But what I didn't anticipate was that we would still be this clustered. I thought maybe we would have 2 or 3 teams that were battling for that wild card, but to have 6, 7 teams all battling for it, it actually changes the wild card tiebreakers, if you think about it, because if you have 5 teams that are all tied with the same record going in, into the playoffs, you can't go head to head, because this guy's going to have a winning record against that guy, but that guy has a winning record against this guy. So that tiebreaker becomes nullified.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, it's still technically in place, though, right? If something works out correctly, it's technically still there.
It's technically still there, but it's very unlikely that head to head ends up being the tiebreaker, because I would have to have a head to head. Let's say I'm tied with you and Ben and Sean and Justin. I would have to have a head to head win against all of you guys for my head to head to matter. Because if I have a head to head against 2 of you guys, and then you have a head to head against, Sean, and Sean has it against Justin, it all becomes jumbled up. So really, if there's that many people that are tied, it's going to come down to points. That's going to be the more critical.
Not division records?
Tiebreaker. No, division record only counts when you're battling for the division lead.
Oh,
If you look at the tiebreakers, it goes overall record is number 1, head to head is number 2. only when you're going for the division lead is it division records. If it's not for the division lead, if it's your wild card, division records are meaningless. Then it goes to points at that point. So
darn it.
I know this is not accurate, but I love looking at this playoff breakdown, playoff bracket breakdown right now, brother. It has us both, it has me and you.
I'm in it. Yeah.
You guys, you're stepping all over my notes here.
Oh, shut up.
Let me jump right to that one because that one's awesome. Check this out.
I didn't know you were going to bring that up.
I didn't think you were going to bring it up. Listen, this is great. This is like my last note, but we'll jump around. The playoffs started this week. The playoff matchups, Alex and Sean play each other.
Yeah.
And the winner would go on to see Adam in the next round. You guys would face each other, Ben and Matt. The winner comes to face me. That's the podcast bracket right there.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Podcast bracket, I mean, yeah, playoffs is still 2 weeks away. It's very unlikely it's going to finish that way. Right. But if we did get a podcast bracket, that guarantees that one of the three of us is in the Degenerate Bowl.
That would be epic, dude. Whoa. That would be for the first season of the podcast. And we get a Degenerate winner pay. Maybe that would be pretty cool. There might be a little collusion talk there.
No.
That was a great catch, Ben. I had that written in my notes here.
That's so funny.
Let's actually give a bit of a breakdown by the divisions. So in the left coast, we already know that Adam has already clinched the playoff spot. He's the only one that's clinched the playoff spot.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Alex had a chance to clinch the playoff spot last week, didn't do it.
Yep.
Go Bobby.
And go Bobby. And if some other teams, balls would have bounced different ways, Alex still probably could have backed into a playoff spot, but it didn't. And so he's still waiting for that playoff clinch. Technically, I guess if he loses his next two games, he could miss the playoffs, but that would require a lot of tiebreakers, and he's one of the higher scoring teams.
I don't know that he could miss. I don't think he can miss the playoffs.
He could, based on tiebreakers, but he would have to not score any points at all for the next 2 weeks. He would need a lot of us to pass him in points because he's one of the higher points.
Yeah.
But speaking of tiebreakers, I think at this point, what I want to talk about with you guys, because there's going to be so many variables, so many things that can happen over the next 2 weeks. It's almost impossible to break out all the tiebreakers. There'd be like 100 different scenarios.
Yeah.
What I want to talk about is who controls their own destiny to win their division at this point.
Yeah.
And so in the left coast division, there are two teams that control their own destiny. And I'm sure you guys can guess who that is.
Yeah.
The only two with winning records.
Right. So if Adam wins his next two, he wins the division and he gets a bye week. If Alex wins the next two, that would have meant that his last game would be against Adam. And so Alex wins the division. So both of those two guys control their own destiny, win, and they get a bye week. Okay. Mm-hmm. Matt, although you have the best division record at 3-1, it's mostly irrelevant at this point. There's no way for you to win the division. But
if I win out, I make the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. But you don't control your own destiny to win the division. Bobby, of course, doesn't control his destiny to win the division, but he can still make the playoffs as well. Yep. In Saddle Creek, all four teams are alive for the division race. All four teams are still alive for the wild card. Mm-hmm. Ben, you're in the lead and you control your own destiny, win out, and you will win your division. However, just a small note, you might be a slight regression candidate.
What?
Okay. When you look at the total points scored this year,
okay.
Do you know where you stand in total points?
No, I was going to try and pull that up, but I didn't have it in front of me.
You want to guess, Matt? Don't look at it.
No, I'm not. I bet he is I know he's in the bottom half. I'd say he is 8th.
Okay. Ben is 10th in total points.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So he's one of the lowest point scorers. Now, what he has going for him is that 11 and 12 are also in his division. So he's got that going for him. But being the division leader of that division right now, it doesn't feel too safe. There's a lot of stuff that could still happen over the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sure. There is another team in that division that also controls his own destiny. If Joe wins his next 2 games, Joe wins that division, starting this week against Ben. So if Joe
wait. How can two guys control their own destiny?
Because they play each other.
Okay.
I see.
Yep. All right. I like your math. Yep.
If Ben wins the next 2 games, he wins the division. If Joe wins his next 2 games, Joe wins the division.
Oh, I didn't know I had a new nemesis.
Joseph. That fucking tie, dude. That fucking
tie is gonna come back and haunt me.
Josh needs help. I mean, he can still win the division, but he needs to beat Joe this week, and then he needs Joe, or he needs Joe to beat Ben, and then he needs to win next week, and then he'll win the division, so that he doesn't control his own destiny. And then in the last division, Arizona Bay, we got a 3-way tie for the best record. We're all tied at 6-6.
Yeah.
We've also got the head-to-head record is going to be mostly irrelevant because Sean and I already split. I beat him once, he beat me once. It's very unlikely. I beat Justin earlier this year, but if Justin beats me later on, he's going to have a better record than me. So it's not going to come down to a tiebreaker, really. For us, and even if you look at division record, we're all tied. All 4 of us have the exact same division record.
That's crazy.
The tiebreaker is going to be points if it does come to a tie.
You guys all 2-2?
Who has the high points this year? I've heard it like 12 times.
I know, dude. In Dynasty, who's the highest? In this league, who's the highest? I get it.
But here's an interesting fact for you guys. There's only one team in my division who controls his own destiny. Can you guess who that is?
Well, the way you said it's got to be Ryan.
There's only one team in my division that controls his own destiny.
I was going to say Sean.
Hold on. That is you, Sean, and Justin. You said you beat Justin. I don't know.
Oh wait, no, you beat Sean with the type. You guys type. So
all right, it's Nate. Just go with that.
It's not me.
Oh,
okay. It's Justin.
See, that's why I asked this question. Is I thought you guys would guess. Oh, Nate's just being cocky. He's
no, I want it to be Ryan.
It's not me. Justin is the only team in our division that controls his own destiny. If Justin wins this week, he beats Sean. If Justin wins next week, he beats me. He will win the division. Okay, so he controls his own destiny. Whereas if Sean wins the next 2 and I win the next 2, we don't play each other again. So then it comes down to a tiebreaker. I don't control my own destiny because Sean could potentially score more points than me over the next 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing with Sean. I could score more points than him. So you don't control your own destiny. You're still counting on the other player to score less points than you. The only person that controls his own destiny is Justin. So I found that to be a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
I think Sean is going to set new record scores each of the next 2 weeks and win. So he controls his own destiny.
This is prediction.
Record scores. Go.
That's the 3 divisions. I just have one last postscript here. I wanted to take this time to regale you guys with a poker analogy.
Ooh, let's hear it. Another one? No, hell no.
Get out of here.
Wait.
I do have a prediction, though. Matt just made a prediction. I want to make one. Okay. So, I kind of alluded to it in the thread last night. I said, I'm on a 5-game lose streak. Prior to my 5-game losing streak, I was on a 5-game win streak. So I went 5 wins. Now I've gone 5 losses. Okay. And then I alluded to it last night.
5 ties are coming next.
But I want to give some stats.
5 ties.
Okay. Listen. On this podcast, episode 8, what did I tell you about Sean? I told you,
highest scoring team. He's going to
highest scoring team.
Yeah.
He was in last place.
Yep.
He's a regression candidate. He keeps scoring those points. He's gonna move his way up. What's happened since then? He's won 4 out of the last 5 games, right?
Yep.
So the only thing that's changed is his luck. He didn't make any big trades. He didn't make any big moves. Really, the only thing that changed was his luck. He still kept scoring those points, and then all of a sudden he had softer opponents. Or in this week's case, I wasn't a soft opponent, but he had a little bit of luck. His guy jumps on that football in the end zone. A little bit of luck. And so, really the biggest regression candidate right now is myself. Of course, I'm the highest scoring team in the league. I'm on a 5-game losing streak, but I really feel like regression is coming. It starts this week. I'm going to win this week. I'm going to beat Justin next week. I'm going to earn that bye. 2 games in the playoffs. It's actually going to be a 4-game win streak because I'll have that bye week.
You're sitting. How are you? Is it just the points? Explain to me the power rankings. How are you sitting at the top of the power rankings with a 5-game losing streak?
The power rankings is a composite of 3 metrics. Okay. So you have your record is one metric. Another one is points. And then you also have something that they call breakdown. So I guess you guys kind of took that, you should have licensed it from CBS, the breakdown. But, for those of you that don't know, a breakdown basically takes a look at how would you have done against every other team in the league if you played everybody every week.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Okay. So if you played everybody every week, that means the people with the most consistent high scores are going to have the best breakdown record. I'm leading the league in breakdown right now. I also lead the league in points. And then because we have so many teams tied at 6-6, I'm not that far down in record that I actually have the highest power ranking, but I'm tied with Alex.
Yeah. No, I saw that. I saw it and I was like, how the hell is he at the top of the power ranking?
Hey, after 24 years in the league, brother, it's good that you finally figured that out.
24. I've been playing 4 years.
You've been in a long time.
I've been playing 4 years longer than you.
I think I'm only at 19 years.
Or like any
the
of
league's
us?
24, isn't it?
No, this is our 20th year in the league.
20th.
And then I played for 3 years before this league. And in the league that I played in, the first year it was just me with a bunch of guys. And then I invited Josh and Ryan to join me. So Josh and Ryan have been playing with me for 22 years.
Well, Ben's been playing longer than I have.
1 year longer than you.
Okay, so 22, not 24. All right, I just knew it was over 20. All right, brother, 20 years. About time you learned it.
Well, I just didn't get it, so now I know. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate you, man.
Playoff breakdown. I will see you guys on commission corrections.
Hell yeah!
I'll try not to step on your toes next time.
Good luck with that.
Mistakes, please.
All right, guys. Well, that was our divisional breakdown with a little bit of playoffs tossed in there. Just for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, guys, here we are with our favorite segment of the week. I just looked at that to get you laughing every time.
You do favorite segment every segment we do. I love it.
We're here talking about high and low. This week's high and low. We got a two-time offender in the low spot, but we got a wait, is he a two-time high score guy too? Is Sean two-time high scorer?
Let's ask him.
Yeah, come on in, Sean. Let's ask him.
You bet your ass I'm a two-time high scorer.
That's what I thought. I thought you'd been here twice. That's why I was thinking, and my intro was correct. Welcome,
yes,
Sean.
Sir.
What?
Thank you. Thanks. Happy to be back and not in the low score position. That's great.
Yeah, we're happy to see you here in this section.
174, man. That's a nice number. Not always a winner though this year. 174 is always, there's been a lot of higher numbers that have won games this year, but
it does make me feel good that the guy I beat is just sitting in the background listening. So he's got to just sit there and
just let him stew.
It does make me feel good. But yeah, what a crazy week. I didn't even think, most of the time during the I think it was Sunday when Nate and I were texting back and forth, we're just talking about how our scores are kind of absurd, how we have the two highest scoring teams in the league, but we're sitting at 6-6.
Yeah.
And we have all these crazy amount of points scored against us. So only fitting that we had a 2-point game to make a decision between the two of us. And I just listened to last week's podcast this morning, and I realized that he talked about everything about how if I would have lost, I would not have had a chance at the division. So still alive.
Yes, alive.
Man, I mean 6-6, that's third place in this league. So it's not that crazy, right? I mean,
right.
That's nuts.
Well, you guys are both 6-6 too, right?
Welcome to this.
There's 5 of us, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We're all sitting right there.
2 winning records going into week 13. That's nuts.
That's nuts. It is nuts.
I think it just means we've all played together for way too long and we have each other figured out. But
yeah,
what do I know?
It's all. We've all, people draft better, and we all draft, similar teams. And
not me this year.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? So 16 from Prescott, 19 from Chubbs. Higgins, big number, 24. You got 21 from Diggs. He's back again. Yeah, man, your team you had P. Ryan show up with 18.
That I
Mixon
traded Josh for.
Yeah.
That I traded Josh for.
Yeah.
So I gave up Donovan Peoples-Jones, which honestly seemed like, okay, yeah, of course you would do that. But I was kind of worried about it because I feel like he's got a lot of potential with Watson coming back this week. But I think that I actually asked Nate for advice on that, the funny part that I'm playing. And I thought he tried to play some mind tricks on me. But in the end, pulled that trade off. And P. Ryan showed up. Higgins right there at the end of the game obviously showed up. I didn't really watch that much football this weekend, to be honest with you. But but I saw my scores go up when I needed to. So it was great. It's nice. It's nice to be. I'm still not in first place though, because he still has a few more points scored than I do. So he's still a little ahead of me. But I think he's got a really tough opponent this week in Ryan. Okay.
A rye week.
Sean, I get what you mean about the Donovan Peoples-Jones, because when I dropped him 3 weeks ago, I instantly regretted it not being able to get him back. I'm like, that guy, he's so consistent. I mean, he's had 10 or more basically every week this year. More, average, I guess. And he gets a better quarterback. I'm right with you.
I played him once and I lost to Ben, so I figured we needed to get him off the team anyway. It was my first week playing Burks, after drafting him in our rookie draft.
Yeah.
recovering fumbles for touchdowns. So there we go.
And only because Derrick Henry rolled him a fucking touchdown did he fucking get it.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey,
you take difference in the game, right?
Yeah.
You take it where you can get it. Yeah, man. I mean, but that P. Ryan, man, jeez, dude. I had him on my team all year, and I finally dropped him because I was like, Mixon's obviously going to last the rest of the year. He's been playing well. There's no reason.
Why did you have him on your team all year? I have Mixon, and I never thought once about having P. Ryan on my team.
Because there was nobody else. I thought maybe, Mixon, he might go down. I don't know. He's the backup.
I do that sometimes when I have extra spots and the guy has no value. There's nobody to pick up. I'll just pick up somebody else's backup just for if he gets hurt that weekend.
Yeah.
Little roll the dice.
I always like to have somebody's backup, even for maybe trade bait ish.
Yeah,
things,
I probably have worse people on my roster currently than P. Ryan, so I shouldn't actually talk that much shit to you. So
Huntley
is still on my roster for some
Madison.
Reason.
Madison might be worse.
Well, Madison's not worse if Cook goes down. See, that's the big difference. I didn't think P. Ryan would be Madison, I didn't think P. Ryan would do what he did when Mixon goes down. But
yeah, he did. Moving on to this week. You take on Justin.
Yes, I do.
You guys have nobody on bye, so there's no question about that. But are you nervous? Both coming off winning weeks. How do you feel about this matchup?
I don't think I'd say I'm nervous, but I think I would say I'm nervous any week with fantasy football. But I feel like I have a pretty good chance. I feel like I will probably win, and then I will do something stupid like lose to Ryan next week. It's gonna make sense that I would beat like a worthy opponent, and all the shit I've talked about Ryan, losing to him in the last week. I don't know, potentially even knocking me out of the playoffs, but I feel pretty good. I looked at the matchups earlier, but I think Justin does that thing where he tries to set his roster for you guys to understand what it looks like.
Yep.
I feel pretty good about it. And I think, right. So I win out, and Nate wins out. Right, and we still have the same record, and he probably still has more points than me, and our division record is the same, and our head-to-head matchup is the same. So I think it comes down to points. So it's really like, okay, I got to win, but I got to score a ton of points as well.
Yeah, you got to put up.
He has a pretty good chance of winning out too. I mean, not based off of win streaks, but just based off of potential.
He's tied the longest losing streak of the season.
With you?
I don't.
And so did Ryan. Yep. 100%, man.
Yeah.
But I'm on the way up. He's been going down.
Yeah. According to him, though, this is the start of his 5-game winning streak. So
we'll
see how that goes. We'll see
it wouldn't surprise me, right? He's still got the talent on his team to do it. But let's just hope that, right now, I think if the playoffs start today, I have to play Alex, and we're not going to call him champ here. I would have to play Alex in the first round, and that's a tough matchup, right? So it's making in the playoffs is just the beginning, right? You got to actually win once you get there. So my team's good enough.
You got a 20-12 historical record against Justin. So I think right now historically.
Does anyone have a historically losing record against Justin?
It's a very
that would be something
Nate later.
Yeah,
maybe?
Nate
Nate come back with that later.
I mean, if we're going history, it could be Alex. I mean, Alex had a lot of bad losing years.
Yeah.
But Justin,
I still don't know
about
that
Justin here. Right?
We're talking about Justin.
A calendar boy. Yeah.
Well, Sean, this was so much fun, and we appreciate you making time for us in your busy schedule. Do you want to give us a scoring prediction? I love getting scoring predictions.
Sure, I'm going to score high again. Right, I'll probably have like 175 or something.
There you go.
That, but probably won't be the top score this week. And I'll put Justin probably in that like 165 range. So he'll be up there, but I'll probably beat him still.
So a close one.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. I like to hear that. It makes it exciting for the league.
Cocky, but not too cocky. Right?
Yeah. Cocky, but not too cocky. Yeah. Well, anyways, Sean, thank you so much, man. This was so much fun, dude. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you maybe next week.
I'll see you next week, right? Yeah. Okay.
All right, next week. All right.
That
was our high score of the week. Thank you, Sean. All right, guys, here we are with our low score of the week. Low. All right, let's bring him in, Mr. Josh. Josh, come on in, brother.
Hey, good to see you,
dude. That is some clean poncho work there, man. I like that.
my Serape, my
Woo!
Niners.
That's pretty sweet.
I'm just trying to fit in all the 49er gear, and that's all over this podcast.
Clearly not a 49er podcast.
No.
I think we're definitely swayed by the 49ers.
Well, welcome in, man. Welcome in. Sorry to see you here again for your first Hooba Stank. But, it's a two-time loss, two-time low score.
It really sucks. I had the taste last week of what it's like to be a decent team, and it felt good. It felt really good, but
I'm sure.
Back to where I belong, I guess.
Well, you actually destroyed. Bobby came on and swore up and down, 100% guarantee, no doubt about it. Ryan was going to be here every single week, so you destroyed his prophecy there.
Well, I can't say that's a good thing. I guess to prove Bobby wrong, and it makes me feel good, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta find those little gems. Keep going.
But man, I can't believe it. I thought going in, I had Najee. He was scoring an early touchdown. I thought, no way. I mean, I wasn't gonna win the game, but definitely I was definitely going to beat good old Cumcork. But
I thought you were going to pull it out too, and then Najee went down, and I was like, poor Josh.
Yeah, and I wasn't really watching. We were in Mexico, so.
Is that where you picked up that fancy Serape?
No, I've actually had this for a while. But Nate texted me that he was out. I was like, well, fuck it. I'm gonna be on with the Convoys again.
Well, we're happy to have you here, and even if it's in a bad way like that, but it wasn't as bad as most of the low scores this year. So 102, it's
100%.
It's over 100, so it's not that bad. Moving forward this week, who are you facing? Who are you facing? I was gonna look ahead. You're taking on Steve. All right, so you got a pretty good chance of winning this one, man.
You got a better record than him.
Yeah, Steve's team has been okay, hasn't been great. You have a better record. You.
Right now he's favored. But,
now he's favored, but you have your team set up. That was just looking for. I was looking to see, is your team actually in place?
Probably swap in Rashad White now that.
You better, dude. that guy's starting the rest of the year. Just go.
Yeah. Well, he had been starting two or 3 weeks or sharing time the last 2 or 3 weeks, and hasn't scored more than 10.
Well, I listened to multiple 5-6 different football podcasts. Every single one of them said locked in starter going forward this week. So the information was out there. You could have started him.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't pay a lot of attention to outside information.
I mean, if I was in Mexico, I don't think I'd be fucking listening either. But I'm in Michigan and it's cold, so what else do I have to
do? Well, Josh, I mean, I think you got a good chance of coming off the schneid, as they say, and pulling off a win against Steve this week. So,
confidence. Don't pick me to win, though.
Did I pick you? I don't know.
Well, we still don't know, Josh. So I want your opinion. I was going to ask somebody. So Ben claims that he's flipping his coin. He's flipping his coin. That's the only thing he's doing. He's not readjusting. And if it lands on, Ryan's going to win, he doesn't change it. He swears by the coin. But also, as he's been getting his little win streak going this last couple of weeks, he's also been sending his choices to Nate ahead of time. So I'm curious if Nate is coaching him a little bit once he sees him. He goes, hold on, Ben, are you really sure you want him? Or he's not really going by the coin. Hold on. Josh, I'd like your opinion. What do you think's going on over here?
Well, Nate definitely knows how to influence that without giving like a directive, right? Like he has those I don't know he just influences a decision just by the word.
He might be the original influencer.
Yeah.
Is that his nickname? The influencer.
I like that now.
Yeah, he's definitely skill, man. To influence a decision without telling you outright. So, and it's served him well. I don't know.
Yeah. How dare you, brother? How dare you disparage the name of the coin? This coin, it's because you're losing to a piece of metal. That's your problem. You're losing to an inanimate object. That's why.
Why are you sending them to Nate in the first place?
Yeah, because Nate said he would like to keep us honest, so we're not.
So did he influence you to get your picks ahead of time?
He did not influence anything. I flipped the coin.
He asked for him, you sent him.
I take the picture and then I send it to Nate. So Nate has a record to prove that we're not being collusive. I wanted him to know. And look, don't be mad at the coin, dude. The coin knows. The coin knows. All right. Josh, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you being here. This was so much fun. And hopefully we won't see you here. Well, maybe we will. Maybe we'll see you here next week, but not in this segment. In the high score segment. We'll see.
Yeah, I think Ryan will definitely be back more than me for the rest of the year.
You got 2 more chances. If Ryan comes,
it's going to be named after whoever's here the most times this season.
Yeah. All of us with 2 are just like, oh man, please let it be somebody else.
Dude, I'm still pulling. If it's Ryan, I want it to be sourdough. The first thing I said, I just thought sourdough.
I like that. That's a good one, sourdough. Yeah. Was that was Joe, right? Didn't he throw that out there?
No, I said it originally.
Oh, you said it.
Yeah,
oh.
Then Joe gave me credit, but not knowing it was me. He goes, somebody else said this.
Yeah, I think sourdough is a great one. We'll have to see if he can earn that one. All right, man. Take care, Josh. Have fun.
Yeah.
Later, brother. All right, guys. That was high and low this week. All right, guys, here we are with our shoulda, woulda, couldas of the week. This week, we're going to give it out to Adam. Gets the shoulda, woulda, coulda. I mean, I was texting this to the thread. It was such an easy one. I was like, damn, man, Josh Jacobs left him on your bench. 54 points, dude, 54 points. That would drive me insane if I lost and knowing that I had somebody on my team score 54 points. On my bench. He had more points on his bench than he had in his lineup. So that's rough. That's rough.
Well, Josh Jacobs was added late in the week to the injury report with a calf injury. So of course you think at least it's going to be limited, maybe on a snap count.
Yeah,
no, they gave him 33 fucking rushes.
Well, and Nathan's told me numerous times he's the top 4. Like he's ranked number 4 as far as running backs go this year. So like. Why would you? I mean, I get it, the injury report, but I mean, come on, man. You got to start him. Adam, you got to start him.
Hashtag chaos.
Hashtag chaos.
All right, we got actually one more. I want to throw out a little shoulda, woulda, coulda to Nate. He sat DJ Moore and played Sutton with Russell Wilson, the worst quarterback in the fucking league. We all know that. So DJ Moore, if he would have played him, he would have stopped his 4-game losing streak at 4. He would have got the win. So, DJ Moore, Nate's a truther on him. So am I. I have him in Dynasty. It's easy to find a reason to sit him, but, he could have got the win.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Nate. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Of the week. Okay, guys, here we are with my favorite segment of the week. It's Matt's Round the League Recap. Take it away, brother.
Thanks, brother. I love that introduction. All right, guys, we'll run through it pretty quick here today. Not a lot happened with trade deadline passing. No trades to talk about.
Boo.
I agree. So we're going to start with forced bets. This week, we made Nate cheer for the Giants, the Rams, the Cardinals, and the Saints. He had us all cheer for the Lions. Nobody lost. It's been a couple weeks now. Nate still owed 620. No excitement over there.
That's just crazy.
I know the farther we get into the season, I think Nate even texted something like this. The farther we get into the season, it's gotten easier for us, which is exactly the opposite. It should be getting harder, but we're picking pretty well right now.
Yeah.
So actually what I want to do right here in this section is let's bring in Bobby to do the Dynasty recap. You're up, Minuteman.
Hello, Degenerates. We are on the road. Say hi, Holden. Good one.
in Dynasty this week. We had some big games. We had Ben beating me by 1 point, 169 to 168, taking his record to 10-3, and he is now in the playoffs. Actually, he made the playoffs last week, and he has won his division. Justin lost to Adam 135 to 110. Correction, Ben is now 10-2. Justin is now 6-6, and Adam is now 5-7. Megan beat Joe 114 to 97, taking his record to 6-6. Joe is now 7-5. Nate beat Steve 152 to 115, taking Nate's record to 10-2. He has also won his division and he is in the playoffs. Steve is now 3-9, creeping up on the worst. Wow, you can't get that. Steve is now approaching Dre's worst status. Matt beat Jeff 133 to 113, taking Matt's record to 7-5, leading his division. Jeff is now 5-7. Sean squeaked out the win with Dre 112 to 110, taking Sean's record to 6-6. Dre is now 1-11. See you guys in a few days. Everybody gonna be there Sunday. Let's do some football at Nate's house on Sunday, guys. We're going back to Cali. See you guys.
There you go.
All right, thanks, Bobby. That was a great segment as always. I gotta say, in Dynasty, I was cheering so hard for Dre this week. So hard. He was so close. He only lost by 2 points. But he would have taken out Sean, if I remember that right, would have helped me out big time. So shout out to Dre. And then Bobby lost by 1 point to you, which is even worse than a 2 point loss. But yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Tight scores.
Dude, I was sweating it, man. I was watching that game while working. I was working that night, but I was watching it at the same time. And like Jonathan Taylor, just like at the end of the game, I was just like, oh my God, dude. And then the fumble and then the other fumble that in the exchange, you know what I mean? It was just like, I know it wasn't his fumble, but like that, I think that fumble saved me from losing, dude. I was just like, oh geez.
Well, let me ask you this. I know you watch USC and stuff while we're in Dynasty. Are you watching any college football that you aren't paid to watch at USC? In prep of the draft next year, anything?
I don't watch. I mean, no. I mean, I'm not watching a ton of games, but I'm paying attention. I'm listening to, guys who are talking during the, while I'm working. Like I hear a lot about college football. I hear a lot about, prospects, guys who are doing good, Heisman candidate guys. I hear a lot about that when on the talk shows that I listen to. And I always try and keep my head in the college world for that reason, you know what I mean? Because I know that with the Dynasty, now that we're in Dynasty, like I'm always trying to pay attention to these guys, these young and up and coming receivers and running backs and whatnot. There's some guys coming up this year, these that are coming out into the draft this year that are really special. So it's gonna be great. There's a couple tight ends that are going to be out there this year, coming out of Utah and coming out of Oregon, that are really special. So keep an eye on those guys. Running backs, same thing. There's a few running backs that are going to be coming into the league from Oregon as well. Another one from Oregon, Pac-12. I get a lot of Pac-12 information.
You get a lot of Pac-12, yeah.
But no,
that won't be true after 2024, right?
Go Big Ten. Big Ten.
Yeah.
But I mean, I try to. I'm not completely locked in, but I definitely try and pay attention. Because
I bet you're ahead of the curve with a lot of the guys in this league because I don't hear anybody else talking about it. It's something that I'm trying to add into my.
I love college football too.
I like watching it, but I never dive deep on the teams. And you don't need to go that deep. It's just a rookie draft. But yeah. So I was just curious where you were. I'm going to try and maybe add a college podcast to my schedule, so I start getting.
Dude, this tight end coming out of Oregon, bro. I mean, not in Oregon. I keep saying Oregon. Notre Dame. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
Coming out of Notre Dame, this kid. God damn it, I'm gonna blank on his name. But anyways, look for this kid. He's a big target. He's gonna be like a Mark Andrews type big body tight end target guy. So
keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, Notre Dame tight end. Check him out.
All right, cool. Awesome. Well, okay, so next we're going to move on to guillotine. Ryan lost this week with a low score of 79.47. I think, yeah. Guys available are Chubb, Evans, Hill, Kamara. Honestly, I don't know how his team lasted that long.
Do you want any of those guys? Do you want any?
Well, Chubb, for sure. Chubb.
Okay, maybe Chubb, yeah.
Yeah, especially with the new quarterback coming around. But
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's crazy. And then in the mid-season or miss season, as I put it on here, well, maybe it's because Megan lost, so it's the miss. Yeah. So Megan lost for the third time this season in guillotine between both leagues. Scored 89.2. Up for grabs. Listen to this: Mahomes, CMC, Etienne, Hill, Evans, Kittle, James Conner, Najee, Kamara, Juju, Lazard. There's a couple guys in there that I would like to go after.
Wow. So, okay. Well, Etienne's hurt.
They said he can come back in. They said he's fine.
Oh, really?
Michael Hasty looked good in the past game.
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah, there's some guys on there that I'd probably be targeting, but I don't know.
Spend all your money, brother. Spend all your money.
I don't know though, dude. My team's fucking on fire, man. Like I'm scoring high score every week. It seems like.
Is your bench just as on fire though? Because that's what you should be looking for.
Dude. I just went this last week. I went and scooped up Allen because I didn't want anybody to get him. I scooped up Jacobs. I scooped up Waddle. I got one other guy I can't think off the top of my head, but yeah, my bench is stacked. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and there's so many guys on that league. I mean, like I said to you and last week, is we all missed picking up Barkley last week in that league because he played early on Thanksgiving. He was there. He's still sitting there. Barkley. I mean, that dude's a freaking stud this year.
CD Lamb. That's the other guy I got. Yeah, so I got Lamb, Jacobs, Allen. Waddle, and then Boyd and Duvernay.
One more time, brother.
Duvernay.
You hate that name.
The fucking French names, man, they kill me. I should have played somebody over Pollard. I ran with Pollard this week. That was my only low spot on my team. I got 8 points from Pollard. I had Jacobs. I mean, if I would have started Jacobs, not that I needed him, but Jesus, man, I would have been like in the 190s and shit.
So that league's a lot of fun.
It is, dude. I'm having so much fun. I appreciate you getting me into it because I'm having a ton of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's a few more versions of it we can add in next year. We can talk about later, but there's zombies where you're dead and you build teams with other players, and it's crazy. So
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, we might give that a shot. All right. So the only other thing I want to cover in this is since last week when I jumped on the commission corrections and I started lobbying for a new rule, a waiver rule in Dynasty, I have not heard anybody talk about it at all. So I'm asking you guys, please just say your opinion on the Dynasty thread. There's always somebody to pick up. There's always a tight end gets hurt, some concussion, something crazy, or you're almost out of it and you just want to shoot for the stars and maybe catch a guy, Richie James, who, caught a freak touchdown last week, just crazy stuff. So I don't see any reason not to do it in season. So I'd really like to hear people's opinions going forward.
I was fully in agreement with you. I think waivers should be open. I mean, why not? Like I told you, like last week, I couldn't pick somebody up on Sunday to fill a spot. Like on Sunday, I can't pick somebody up to fill a spot. It's just ridiculous. Right. It's just silly. So definitely open those waivers, man. I'm down.
Yep. All right, man. Well, that's all I got for you this week.
That was it for Matt's Round the League Recap.
Degenerates high, it is Steph Butt, 22.59 million once again for another DFS look for you on November 29th, 2022. Okay, we have week 13. It is a good one. We have tournament lineup this time for you, okay? We have the lineup on screen you see. We have Joe Burrow for that one. We have Travis Etienne for another one. We have Isaiah Pacheco on the other side for that one is going to be a good one too again. Okay, and then we have the Jamari Chase. Jamari Chase gonna be back. He's gonna be another good one for you next time. Okay, and then we have the Mackie Hollins. Elijah Moore, he scored good again last week for the cash game lineup this week. Okay, I love it for week 13. Travis Kelce, the best one of all time there is in the tight end position. And then you have the Travis Burksies and the Houston Texans. That is it for tournament lineup for week 13 for you degenerates. I love you so much. This is Steph Butt, 85 million. I love you. Goodbye. Mwah!
All right, man. Well, let's see. Where are we moving to? We're going on to how we did last week.
Yeah, let me break that down for you. So
break it down.
Matt versus the coin This segment is now called or Nate Coin, Ben Coin. I don't know. We'll find something. We'll find something. All right.
Leave Nate out of this. This has nothing to do with him. You're losing to a fucking coin.
Last week you went 5-1. Congratulations.
Hell yeah, I did.
I went 4-2. That takes you to the record of 26-33, 441 average. I had the exact opposite, 33-26 with a 559 average. This is your second winning week of the season.
That's right.
Not just beating me, you actually have a winning record is what I'm talking
about.
I know.
Yeah. I know.
And I haven't had a losing week since week 3.
Well, it's not bad. You still lost it. Unless you count those 2 losses to me in there. So like you technically had 2 losing weeks. Let's be real. And you might
what I'm saying, my picks against the spread are not.
No, I understand, but I'm just trying to keep you in check. You should maybe peek at your team name.
Oh shit! I sure hope you took my suggestion.
I love the name I gave you last time. It's a great name, but you started to like it a little too much. So we're gonna see how you like this one.
Oh, fuck off. That's a great name. Oh, fuck off. Thanks, Ben. I like that. We're going to leave it just as that. Oh, fuck off. Dude, I hate this name.
What's it say, bro?
Go, champ, go. That is bullshit. On the week that I'm playing Alex, that is bullshit. Fuck off, both of you.
Oh, I knew it. I was like, and I thought of it like literally like 10 minutes ago, bro. During our last break, I texted Nate. I was like, yeah.
That's a good name. Sucky name. That's a good name.
Perfect for this week. I thought it was appropriate.
All right. So that wraps up how we did last week. Congratulations.
How we did last week. All right. Here's us looking ahead.
Here we go.
That's right. All right, let's do it, man. This week.
No, I'm gonna take this. I'll no,
right,
you take it.
No, you take it.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right, I'll take it. All right, first one we're going to Steve, 4-7-1, coming off 2 losses, taking on Josh, 5-7, coming off 1 loss. Steve is favored 132-107. Neither of the guys have buys. Steve has the all-time record 22-13-1.
Yeah.
That's it's a pretty hefty record over
historical
record over Josh.
All right, so on this one, I have ran the numbers. I've talked to my people. I've got inside information.
All right.
I'm taking Josh.
The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Josh. I also picked Josh this week. So
no, you did not.
I did.
Coin did, right?
Well, the coin is an extension of myself, so I'm the one flipping it. So
all right. Next game up is going to be you coming off 2 wins, taking on Joe. Oh, you're 6-6 coming off 2 wins.
That's right.
Taking on Joe, 5-6-1. He won his last.
Yeah, he did.
Currently, you are favored 140-122. Joe has Deontay Foreman on bye, and you on the historical record 21-9. In this one, I am going to have to take the guy who is coming off a little bit longer winning streak and has a little bit better record on the season. I'm going to pick you.
That's right, baby. I'm taking myself to win too this week because I'm uber confident, and the coin loves me. He picked me last week, and I won. He picked me again this week, so I'm right there. I'm lockstep with him. Let's go, baby.
Have you used the same coin every week?
Same coin. It's been
what year? What year is that coin? Better not be a 77. Just like
Can you imagine if it was? Where's the date on the new ones?
Underneath the head, I think. Oh, maybe in the back. I don't know. I'm glad I gave you both choices though, front and the back. It's on one of those.
Yeah. On the new ones, it's on the back. It's 2009.
Oh, crappy year.
Year.
All right, you're up.
All right, let's move it on to Mr. 5-game losing streak, taking on Ryan at 5-7. Nathan's actually 6-6 now. Ryan just stopped his 5-game slide.
No, I thought he did. He didn't though.
Oh, he did.
Ryan still lost. He just didn't get low score. I wrote that wrong.
Oh,
I was giving him more credit. So he's actually on a 6-game slide.
6-game slide.
Yeah,
That's rough.
Yeah.
Nate's favored 144-90. Holy shit.
That hurts.
Nate has DJ Moore on a bye. So he's going to be forced to play. Who we just talked about? I can't remember now. But yeah, Nate has an overall historical record of 22 wins to Lorion's 11 wins. I'm thinking it's a pretty easy choice, but
yeah, it is pretty easy. I'm gonna say that Nate is gonna let Ryan keep the longest lose streak of the season. He'll own that record. So yeah, I'm taking Nate.
I'm also taking Nate. The coin knows all. So Mr. Nate, let's go, baby. Let's get that win. Moving on.
All right. Next up, Adam at 9-3. Losing his last game, if you haven't heard about that yet.
Yeah, I did.
Takes on Bobby 5-7. Bobby won his last one. Adam currently is favored 140-128. Bobby has Kyler Murray on bye, while Adam has his new favorite toy, Hollywood, on bye. Historical record, Bobby has the lead 16-15.
Oh, that's really close.
Yeah, in this one, Adam's not gonna. Well, he didn't make a mistake last week with Jacobs. He thought he was hurt, probably.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Adam in this one. To me, it's a no-brainer. I know Bobby called a shot last week, took out Alex like he said he would, but I don't think he's going to do it again.
All right. Well, the coin disagrees, my friend. The coin thinks Bobby and Deshaun Watson are going to have a big game this week. So we're picking Bobby to win.
You think he starts him after 2 years of rust?
I think he definitely starts him because he has nobody else to start. He has Murray on a bye. He doesn't have really any other option.
Okay.
So I think Deshaun Watson is his guy. And I like Deshaun Watson this week. I think he's been ready to go and he's been chomping at the bit. And I think at Houston, baby.
So I listened to this one podcast where they call him Voldemort, the name you don't speak. That's how they refer to Deshaun Watson. It's pretty funny.
People are gonna forget how good he is. Like the guy did.
Oh yeah.
You don't forget how to play football. You know, he's he hasn't been practicing, hasn't been working, he hasn't been training like this whole time. Are you kidding me? Deshaun Watson's gonna be just.
You see that
fine.
creepy little post that Nate put up earlier from Twitter about Deshaun saying hi to his teammates?
No.
It's basically Deshaun. It's not even them, but it's two guys.
Yeah.
And Deshaun walks up and puts his hand on your shoulder, like I'm here.
That is creepy.
Yeah.
All right, moving along. Is it me or you this time? I can't remember. Okay, Matt, 6-6, winning 4 straight, takes on Alex at 8-4, who lost last week. We're locked up at 124, or your guys are locked up at 124. Once you swap out a defender, apparently.
Yeah. I'm down by like 9 right now, but my defender got put on IR today. So when I swap him out, we should be just locked up.
All right. Alex says Nuke and James Conner on a bye. I'm going to pretend I know who Nuke is because I don't know that nickname.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, did they call him Nuke?
Yeah, Nuke.
I thought it was Nuke.
It's supposed to be, but it's Nuke. The funny thing is, it came from when he was a baby. So I think somebody posted this in the thread, I think is where I saw it. He had a pacifier that was spelled N-O-O-K.
Yeah.
They pronounced it Nuke. And So yeah. So you knew who that was.
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
Matt, you got the record 19-16. Who do you think?
I'm going all the way to the playoffs, baby.
Oh, he's taking himself. He's calling his shot. He's doing it. You know what?
Like I said earlier, I'll just repeat myself a little bit. He has tough matchups this week. He has a really tough matchups this week with those two guys out. I mean, he's starting Rex Burkhead. He has Hill, who's now injured. Don't even know what it is, but Hill and Waddle going against the Niners at the Niners.
Yeah,
I think I'm finding him on just the right week. I think his team's going to be way better most weeks, but I think I can get him this week.
I think you caught him on tilt. You're right. Matt, I'm taking you. The coin thinks you're going to go and take it. So we're going.
Nice.
I think we're right now we've only picked one different. So it could be another one of those weeks. All right, moving on to the last game, brother.
Let's wrap it up. The last one is Justin at 6-6. He won last week, taking on Sean, who's also 6-6, also coming off his last game as a win.
Yeah.
Sean is favored 132-110. Nobody on bye that matters. Sean owns a historical record of 20-12. In this one, I think it's going to be closer than they're predicting right now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take Sean.
Damn it.
I believe in what Nate said a couple weeks ago, not just because Nate said it, but because I was seeing it the same way. Sean was always putting up points. So, yeah, man, I think Sean's going to do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I agree. I think Sean has the win this week.
So we only differ on Bobby and Adam?
Bobby and Adam. Yep, that's it.
All right.
I mean, I'm not giving myself a very much chance to catch you doing it this way, but can't argue with the coin, baby. He knows, and he knows.
The coin knows.
5-1, baby. 5-1. All right. Well, that was it for this week's Looking Ahead.
Look ahead. I like you got in on it.
I did. I couldn't help myself. All right, man. Well, that was it for the pod, other than the last section, which is your guys' favorite, because I know you guys love him so much. It's Nathan's Commission's Corrections. Come on in, Nate.
Gentlemen.
Yes.
I'm back.
Yeah, you are.
Ben, it's funny. I don't know if it was on the pod when you were recording or offline when we were just talking. Matt made the comment that you call every section your favorite. This is my favorite segment. And here's everybody's favorite segment. This one's my favorite segment. I don't think I noticed it before, but after Matt said it today, I've listened. Every segment's your favorite segment.
I love this man.
He's the hype man for
I
every
love
segment.
this podcast, dude. I love everything about it.
At least you're accurate, because you actually sometimes you go, and now for your next favorite segment. So you're admitting that every segment's our favorite, so that's good. Hey guys, glad to be back. Ben, you're shaking your head at me.
Yeah, I'm not shaking it at you. I'm shaking it at Matt because I blew it and I left my hat in the house.
Did. Nate, you see that?
What does it say? Oh, where's
mine? Oh yeah, little degenerate breakdown. This is going to be a little shout out to Carrie. She is a devoted listener. I just found out at Thanksgiving. We have helped get her to a 9-2 record playing against a bunch of doctors at work.
Yeah.
So she gave me and Ben each a hat as a little thank you for helping her beat the guys at work.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like how it has a timestamp on it, an hour 06. I think my hat's probably going to say like an hour 45 by the time it comes out.
No, it's so funny.
Brother, I can't believe we've been playing this for 3 days and you forgot your hat.
It's because I forgot to go grab it, and I was going to grab it in the last segment, and then I forgot, and then my bad. But Carrie, I think I love it. I love it. It's the only one of us needs to wear it. We only need to show it once. I'll wear mine next week. But I was joking around, Nate, with the timestamp. I said we're going to have to do like a special show episode because it's 10623. So on January 6th, 2023, we're going to have to do a special episode for some reason. It could be just like a drop-off episode or something.
Yeah. So I now stepped on both your segments. Go ahead, man. Sorry.
All right. Matt, I do appreciate the vote of confidence earlier. I do want to say definitively, I've never helped Ben make his picks. I take no credit for his recent winning streak. He's just, I guess, he says it's the coin. We have to take him at his word. It must be the coin.
Okay.
But you know what? I find that a little bit actually discouraging. I don't like having the coin do all of Ben's picking. I would like to actually see Ben do his picking and see if he can beat the coin. Or right?
Interesting.
So he makes his pick first, locks those in, and then flips a coin on the next.
Or we could choose another object. Like I think you see sometimes like on radio shows they'll have a chicken make the picks.
Oh yeah.
We could have like a toddler. I could have my 3-year-old make picks each week, and then we'll see if Ben and Matt can beat Juju.
I like that. I actually like that idea. Next year, that's how we'll do it. We'll have us pick against Juju.
I think that's
great. That's great.
So, and you might want to start it as soon as possible because I think in a couple of years she's going to be able to outpick you, Ben. So.
Well, that's no doubt. I'm sure Charlotte would outpick me this year. They listen to enough football in your house. I know they're paying attention.
Matt, not a correction, but just an addition to something you were mentioning about guillotine leagues. I think it's an important thing that you left out, which is, I don't know if you guys saw the email today, but not only do rosters expand this week, so we get an extra roster spot this week, but also rosters lock in 2 weeks. meaning you cannot add any new players in 2 weeks. They do that for a couple of reasons, but really the important thing that you have to remember is that if you have any fab, now is the time to spend it, because you can only use your fab this week and next week after that. Not only can you not use your fab, you can't pick anybody up. So now is a good time to maybe pick up a second quarterback, have a second tight end, right? If you got guys in your bench that are never going to start, wide receivers or running backs, you might want to ship those guys off for some insurance policies, because you can't add any new players after that lock happens.
Spend it all, brother. Even if you don't like the guy, spend it all. Got to get rid of it.
Well, I actually looked at it last week as an opportunity to keep other people from picking up those guys. That's why, even though I didn't necessarily need them, I was like, I'll just take them away from everybody else.
Yeah, I went in on Saturday in definitely the midseason. I can't remember both, and just picked up all kinds of studs off the waiver. They're just sitting there. Like, there's so many guys, and it's weird because we have less teams in our midseason right now than there is in our beginning in our main league. So it seems like there's so many in the midseason. Which is
are you still crazy. In it? Are you chop snort?
I am.
You are. You're already out.
Nate's
I know
out.
Nate's
out of that one.
I just
twice.
I'm out of the midseason, but I have 2 teams in the regular guild.
Oh no! We were talking midseason. That's why I was asking.
Only the one you did bad in. That's all. Only one we're talking about. Right? just get that straight.
In the regular, the first gilly that we did, there's 6 teams left, and 4 of them are me and Jeff. He's got 2, and I've got 2, and I think we're the 4 highest scoring teams. So it would be funny if it's just his 2 versus my 2 at the end.
That would be funny.
I hope not, since I'm in that still.
Couple more corrections for you guys here. Matt, you said Russell Wilson is the worst quarterback in the league.
Not by any stats or metrics. I just mean, just in my head, he's terrible.
Well, you said it in context of how could I start one wide receiver over another wide receiver. Yeah. So in other words, you're saying I should have started a wide receiver catching balls from Sam Darnold instead of a wide receiver catching balls from Russell Wilson.
Clearly, yes, you should have. And honestly, if you look at the stats with DJ Moore and Sam Darnold, DJ does good with Sam Darnold every time. He forced him the ball. So I guess you could actually probably make that call if you want to go off historical data. But
yeah, you know what? I actually what it came down to for me was that Cortland Sutton was playing in a situation where all the other wide receivers are hurt on that team, and so I felt like he was going to be the only target. But you guys actually want to guess at who the worst quarterback in the league has been this year? If you look at QBR,
Matt Ryan.
QBR.
Oh no!
Matt Ryan is down there. Out of 32 qualified quarterbacks, he's number 26.
I forgot about Marcus Mariota.
No,
his isn't that bad because he's efficient actually.
Yeah, he's very efficient.
It could be 14. Somebody like Aaron Rodgers. He's had a terrible season, or is it Aaron Rodgers? QBR?
It's not Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
no.
Good. All right.
You guys
I know
missing a big one.
Baker Mayfield.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Baker.
I was before I answered. I was going to say, is there a game number played qualifies?
Yeah.
But,
Not only is Baker the worst, but he's like by far the worst. It's like not even close. He's got a 17.5 QBR. And the next closest is almost double to him. Davis Mills has a 29.3.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. And you guys want to guess who the best quarterback in the league this year has been?
Geno Smith. He's up there in the top, but I don't
he's
think
up there. He's top 5.
Yeah. No.
It's not Herbert. It's not.
It could be Mahomes anytime. You could always.
Mahomes is number 2.
Yeah. Garoppolo. No. Highly efficient. Okay, good. I thought you were setting this up.
The best quarterback in the league, and Justin's going to like to hear this.
Tua.
Yeah. Okay. As far as QBR is concerned, Tua's been the best. In fact, he's never lost a game that he started and finished this year.
That's true.
So the Dolphins are on a roll. I really can't see any way that anybody's going to stop them. I really just can't figure out how.
They're unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
There's no way they're going to lose this week.
Not at all.
Really,
no chance.
I don't even see a way that could happen.
Nope.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Nope.
All right, so that's about quarterbacks. Speaking of Justin, you guys asked me to look it up. You wondered if anybody had a historical losing record against Justin.
Yep.
There are 2 teams in our league that have losing records all time against
the
Justin.
way he's smiling, I don't like this right now. I don't like this.
Do you guys want to guess who those 2 teams are?
We have 2 minutes. Let's guess. My guess would be
Adam and
Alex and Ryan.
All right. Let's jump right into it because I got a couple more things. The 2 worst teams against Justin are Josh and Ryan.
Yeah,
Josh
Ryan.
And both have losing records. Everybody else has a winning record. Most of us have like double the wins versus losses.
Okay.
The only team that's close is actually Adam. You actually said that, which I was surprised by. Adam is 17-16 against him. You're right, Ben. We only have a minute and a half, so let me jump onto a couple more things here. You guys said that if Ryan is going to push his record longest losing streak of all time this week, it'll be
of the season.
Loss.
I said of the season.
Okay, of the season. Yeah. You guys want to guess who the longest losing streak of all time is?
Could be the season I only won 3 games. I mean, I don't know.
It's not you.
Okay, good.
Alex.
It's not Alex. This is actually very surprising. You know what? We might have to actually start this recording over again so we can fit more stuff in.
I actually think we should.
All right, let's do it. We'll come back. Let's come back.
Yeah.
Let's come back.
12 seconds later.
Obviously, we're back. I'm looking fly now. Thanks, Carrie. Go ahead, Nate.
All right, so we were talking about the record, all-time record.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got to hear.
You guys had made a couple of guesses. So far, I haven't heard a correct guess. Are you giving up?
Longest
I forgot who I guessed.
You said it was. You thought it might be you, Matt, because of the only 3.
I had a couple bad years.
I would think it would be like Justin or it's sad. Isn't it sad that we always go Justin, Alex? Those are the 2. Like we always think
Ryan's had some bad years. Too.
Ryan's had some bad years.
Josh. No, it's going to be surprising. Let's go, Joe.
So here's the thing. I had to go look it up because that's not one of the things we talk about a lot, right? We talk about longest win streaks or most points. I had to look it up, and it's weird because sometimes when I look up a stat, as soon as I see the team name, I know which owner that is. This one, I looked up the stat, I saw the team name, and I went, I don't even know who that is. And I had to go do further digging to figure out who it was. Tell me if you guys know who this is. 2016, not even that long ago. Team name, Flowers and Happy Thoughts.
Flowers and Happy Thoughts.
Is that an Adam name?
It sounds like he must have changed his team name at the end of the year, probably during this epic losing streak. Flowers and Happy Thoughts was Joe.
Yes! I get so lucky guessing sometimes. I get so lucky.
He had 12 games in a row. 12-game losing streak.
Whoa.
That's almost a whole season.
Right?
Damn.
That's crazy. It wasn't even that long ago.
Well, that was even before the extension, so wasn't that...
Yeah, that's almost the whole season. That's basic. I mean, we play 14 games in the regular season.
Oh my god!
I wish you could go back and find out who was on his team that year.
Well, we can, but
we
not
but
now.
We don't want to talk about that bad of players.
I'm just curious what kind of players couldn't pull off a win. I mean, like he must
hear another crazy stat. The longest winning streak of all time is also 12, but that person did not win the championship that year.
It was me.
No, you're close. You have 9. You're number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah, the longest winning streak of all time was the No Fear Bad Boy Club.
Oh, yeah.
That year was so dominant, dude. That was
so dominant. So dominant.
And broke all the records and then got bumped in the first round of the playoffs. Didn't even make the Degenerate Bowl.
So who beat you?
All I know, it was Joe Horn. I don't remember which of you it was, but Joe Horn, that 3-touchdown game with the cell phone.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, the cell phone game. Yeah.
That's the game, and that's the one that knocked me out. All the other streaks, like the second longest winning streak was me at 10, and I won that year. And then you with 9, and you won that year. So usually, if you go on a long win streak, you win. But not the No Fear Bad Boy Club.
Well, it'd be interesting this year to see like if somebody that has had a
5-game losing streak.
Yeah, can turn it around if you get that win. We'll see.
That could be a first. Oh yeah, you and I both 5-game losing streak. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm rooting for you, Matt. Let's meet each other in the bowl.
Oh yeah, dude. Let's do it. Do it.
Couple other things. Dynasty waivers. Not to rehash an old subject, but you said, wouldn't it be nice if you could go pick up off Dynasty? You could pick up a Richie James. Well, you can't because Richie James is on a Dynasty team.
Who's on my Dynasty? No, that's why I brought him up. But I mean, I picked him up just the week before. He was there on waivers.
And I went and looked at who's on waivers this week that was the highest projections, and I mean these aren't guys that you want to pick up. The guys that had the highest projections last week, nobody's rushing to pick these guys up. There was 2 waiver periods in Dynasty last week. There was a Tuesday night and a Saturday night. Nobody wanted Nick Westbrook-Akeen. Nobody wanted Traquan Smith. I mean, these are the guys that are projected for the most points. Why would you want them all of a sudden on a Sunday morning? I don't know. We'll have that discussion on another day, but I still disagree with you on that one.
Well, I played Noah Gray this week at tight end. That's all I fucking had. I would have liked the option. He got me 3 points, thank God, but
I would say for the sake of injuries, for the sake of I was busy this week and I wasn't paying attention, and my tight end's out last minute and it's dynasty, so maybe I don't have another really decent option at tight end because I have a bunch of guys who are rookies and are projected maybe coming up. But for those two reasons,
the main person that was the opponent of opening up waivers was Joe. He was the one that said absolutely does not want it open.
Right.
Joe's also the one in the thread this week that was trying to propose a new rule. So maybe you guys get together with Joe, become a voting block. You support my bill, I support your bill. Maybe you guys can get something through that way. I do have a dynasty correction, and this is actually a correction from last week, Ben. You had thought that maybe you and I both secured the bye week last week in dynasty. Yeah. We had not, but effective this week, you and I both, baby.
Boom!
We got that bye week. No matter what happens the next 2 weeks, we get to take a week off and sit back and wait for our opponent. And if the playoffs started today on my side of the bracket, it would be Bobby playing Joe, which is fascinating for me because Bobby's got a really good team.
Yeah.
Of course, I should probably root for Joe to beat Bobby. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But Joe also said in the thread the other day that he can't wait to upset me in the playoffs. So
he did.
It'll be interesting to see if Joe can get past Bobby and then have a chance to make good on his promise to upset me. And then on the other side of the bracket, waiting for you, potentially your brother. May get to face you in that round. So it'll be a fun dynasty playoffs as well.
Yeah.
Hey, so
you're going down, by the way.
Who, me or Matt?
Both of you. Both going down.
So Nate, your stat about these are the guys on waivers and dynasty we just don't want them. The argument, the other side of that, the reason I want it is I'm looking back at last week. There were 8 guys, no quarterbacks, 8 guys who scored in double digits. There's a lot of teams in our league that had guys playing that were in single digits last week. So would they have picked the right guy? Would they have picked the right guy? Probably not.
Yeah, they weren't guys that were projected to be at double digits.
Amir Abdullah, 16 points. Ty Johnson, Jamal Agnew, Benny Snell. I mean, you're right. They're only if you need him on a Sunday morning flyer, somebody got sick or something.
Benny Snell only got those points off.
Guys. Hey, I won $50 on Benny Snell last night. I played a 4-person draft, on DraftKings, and I picked him because I had the last pick of the draft, and I skipped down to grab him, and he won me $50. So
there you go.
Just like that, you can use them sometimes.
So that's all the corrections I got for you guys this week. It's been a little bit of a slow week over here in the Boudreaux household. I mean, normally at this point of the year, it starts to slow down a little bit. There's no more trades. I find myself, my thumbs, the calluses start to heal a little bit. There's not as much texting going on. I don't know. I got to find something to fill my time because that's really a way that I get to connect with you guys during the year. I'm shooting out trades to everybody in the league all year long, multiple times per week. You guys know this. Everybody that's listening to this podcast knows this. And so it gets a little quiet this time of year, and then, it's a little sad. So if anybody wants to reach out just to say hi, I'm here.
Oh, let's show our commission love, guys, this week.
Well,
give them all a shout out.
Bobby and Megan have been wanting to Zoom. You can.
Bobby and Megan will be. Oh, let's do this right here. Let's do this right now.
All right.
Bobby and Megan will be in Nate's football pub this Sunday. They will be here
this Sunday?
This Sunday. They will be here watching football. I put out the bat signal for Ryan, and a bunch of guys showed up. So, Bobby and Megan committed like 2 days ago. They asked if anybody's going to be here. I said, hey, I'll put another bat signal out. So this is the bat signal. Come join Bobby and Megan in the football pub. Watch some football. There's a great slate of games this week. A lot of good games on.
Yep. The swim club and football pub. I love that.
Swim club and football pub. That's right. No swimming this weekend, but there will be definitely some drinking.
I wish I could be there after work, but damn it.
Come on out, Matt.
Come on out, Matt. Come out.
There might be a trip coming up here pretty soon, guys. I miss you guys. It's been a while.
You heard that here first, baby.
You might be one of the only degenerates that hasn't been to the football pub. Even Alex has been here this year. So I've hosted Ryan, I've hosted Ben, Dre has been here, Alex from Texas. I mean, almost everybody's been here.
Has Josh been there?
Josh has not watched football here, but he has been here this year.
All right, so I'm not the only degenerate that hasn't made it yet. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We still got Joe, too. Well,
Josh was in town, but he was like, we're going to Disneyland on Sunday. Okay.
Sissy. Disneyland.
Look at the records, Josh. Look at the records. right.
All right, guys. It's been fun, man.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Those are your commissions corrections for the week. All right, guys. Dude, this was so much fun, brother.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Carrie, thanks for the hats. This has been
awesome. Carrie, you forgot to send one to Nate. Come on.
Did.
There's 3 of us on this show.
3.
You need his address? Ask for it.
Yeah, we'll get it to you.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. This has been so much fun. And until next week, that was your Degenerate Breakdown.
See you guys.
Let's do some football at Nate's house on Sunday, guys. We're going back to